Mic check, 1 2 1 2. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to my show. If you're new, then thank you for clicking on this video, and I really appreciate you giving me your time and attention. Now we're going to jump right in it. Yes, your eyes do not deceive you. The title contains no typos. I'm going to tell you the main reason you should get married. Here in these spaces, you can find a plethora of content telling you every reason and giving you every example of why not to get married. And I've grown pretty used to that being the topic of discussion, but lately, I've been hearing the word marriage a whole lot. And not in the context of anything admirable either, as usual. The reason I'm doing this is because I turned on YouTube the other day and I saw some content with the title, "This is why men should never get married." And the word never was written in all caps, right? And the thumbnail was a split screen of a white woman holding a tape measure on the left and DJ Envy was on the right. So I hit play and on comes footage of an interview with DJ Envy and his wife. Now forgive me, y'all, because I don't keep up with the Breakfast Club in any kind of way. So I'm sure this is old to you, but it's new to me. Apparently, Envy done cheated on his woman, and he was explaining the reason the excuse of why he cheated on his wife. Envy said that he was hurt. He was hurt because his wife told him that she fakes her orgasms. And that she always has, right? So he basically wanted to feel the need of knowing as a man that he could make a woman come. Man, that's some soul-crushing shit. Now, I can only speak for me. See, I don't have issues in that department because I know what happens when a woman comes. And it ain't just her screaming loud and shaking and twitching like Envy said his wife be doing. See, some of you brothers ain't too familiar with female theatrics. Some of these chicks are real good actors, man. Real good. I done seen women take advantage of some plain-ass lame and have them tamed. But you know what? Sometimes women do that because in their mind, she don't want to hurt her man's ego. The only problem with it is that the real feelings usually come out during arguments. I remember during the downward spiral of my first marriage telling my wife something I hated about her from the very first time we had sex. I told her that her pussy stank. Told her the real deal, man. In fact, I told her it always smelled bad to me. I told her it smelled sour and that her juice was like candle wax. Panty pudding. You see, it's probably because she hardly ever drank water, and her favorite food was chicken sandwiches with heavy mayonnaise. Ugh. So, basically, I can relate to Envy's woman 100%. But check this out, ladies and gentlemen. The fact is, no matter how bad she is, how good the coochie, how handsome he is, or how big is there is no such thing as total fulfillment. Okay? There's going to always be something about anyone you deal with that you don't like. The key is to find a person whose good qualities outweigh the bad ones. Okay? Anyway, after the footage of Envy is done, some young content creator by the name of Darius M, he comes on with this little smug face and he says in the most condescending way, "Just a small price a married man has to pay." And then he said, "Happy wife, happy life is on full display for everyone to see at the expense of your masculinity, your backbone, your dignity, your pride being stripped away for the world to see." Man, and then he started trying to tie Envy's experience to married life to everyone's experience of married life and how the vast majority of married women are unhappy and just really driving home the title of the video, using red pill information and statistics and even tying in some wisdom. By the way, I'm a happily married man. And let me tell you, if you subscribe to that happy wife, happy life theory, that means you have put your wife in a position of God, and that means that you are a fool. Man, I done heard men on panels say crazy shit, man. I mean, if you're married, you a simp. Marriage is prison. Marriage is hell. And oh, my favorite actually is from a dude that I like to watch. It's a content creator by the name of Saint and Sinner. The brother has awesome content. Anyway, he said that marriage is the death of a player. And you know what? He right in most cases. See, how it's supposed to go when one gets married is one gives up his or her sociosexuality. Sociosexuality meaning your willingness to engage in sexual activity without having emotional ties to the actual sex partner. Now, in my opinion, when you get married, you are no longer a player. See, now you're the coach. And when you start having children, you now become the head of an organization, and you should treat every single day like the Super Bowl. No, scratch that. You should treat every single day like the Super Bowl, fourth quarter, seconds to go, tie score, and no timeouts. That's the best analogy I can give when it comes to how serious I take my responsibilities as a husband and father. Yeah, it's time for me to step in here for a little bit and tell you brothers the truth about marriage. No, and I'm not talking about my truth. I'm saying the truth. That which is consistent with fact and reality, okay? Shout out to Ray Higgins. See, society has conditioned you to focus on the negative concerning most things. Granted, there are some true horror stories about men losing everything, including their minds and even sometimes their lives. Hell, I can relate 100%. I'm on my second marriage. And let me tell y'all, that first one was life-altering. Okay? Now, I would imagine Darius M. and those who share his point of view being confused at why I'd get married again. Well, I'll tell you. Because just like I didn't, you don't know what marriage is and why you should do it. So with that said, head up, eyes and ears open. So let's ask the question, just what the hell is marriage? I'm sure we can get similar answers to that question in the comment section, but we can best answer this by actually asking, what isn't marriage? And I'm going to tell you, it isn't prison, and it isn't hell either. Now, if you're married and you feel like you're in prison or hell, then you, my friend, didn't set things up right. Or since you're the coach, remember? Maybe over time your plays have become outdated and your quarterback has suffered too many injuries. I'll tell you something else marriage is not. It isn't some big-ass expensive thing in a church with flowers and suits and gowns and all that stuff. See, that ain't nothing but a ceremony. And a waste of money in my opinion, but hey, that's just my opinion, okay? You see, brothers, marriage actually starts in your mind. It starts in the mind because no ring or ceremony will make you or that woman stay committed to each other. So, let's really square up and put it simple. Let's look up the definition of marriage. The actual definition of marriage. It says, marriage is the legally or formally recognized union of two people as partners in a personal relationship. Historically, and in some jurisdictions, specifically a union between a man and a woman. Well, we all know times are changing, and actually it seems more and more people are thinking of marriage as its second definition, which is a combination or mixture of two or more elements. Now, that is marriage, but that definition completely removes certain necessities for a marriage between humans to succeed. One of which is, well, humanity. I mean, yeah, we're made of elements, but come on, man, we're more than just elements, okay? That second definition also takes away the sanctity of marriage. Now, I'm using the word sanctity, but I really need you to understand that the majority of our people operate from within the parameters of a biblical perspective. And this is why I use that word sanctity. See, I must use from within the Bible those things that will contribute to your deliverance from a position or place in your lives of sincere ignorance. Notice I said sincere ignorance. See, most people who focus on why you should never get married are ignorant. but they don't know they are. They mean well. They really mean right, but they don't realize that they're sincerely wrong. So basically, what I'm saying to you by using the term sincere ignorance is that you have an innocent lack of awareness. But that's not an excuse, you see. You go ahead and say what I just said to a judge in a courtroom, and I bet you he'll tell you that ignorance of the law does not excuse your ass from being locked up. As a matter of fact, there's really no excuse for ignorance in today's time period at all, okay? So when I say sanctity, I'm talking about things like respect, responsibility, honor, things like reverence and commitment, and I'll even dare say compromise. Yeah, I said it, compromise. See, a lot of you prideful men don't like that word, now do you? Check this out. A prideful person, to me, is one-dimensional. Now follow me right quick, because see, I swear people get so caught up in the idiosyncrasies when it comes to words nowadays, and hell, sometimes I do too. So look, pride is very much like vitamin C. Now follow me now, because I'm 47, and at 46 I started to really study up on my health because I'm getting old, and I've always been taught that vitamin C was good, but I never knew why. So when I studied it, I learned that it reduces chronic disease and it helps manage high blood pressure. It helps prevent gout. It helps with iron deficiency. And of course, we all know it boosts your immunity, right? Hell, I even read that it helps prevent Alzheimer's disease. Vitamin C. So how is it like pride? Well, guess what happens when you take too much vitamin C? Kidney stones, nausea, diarrhea, vomiting, you get heartburn, you get this massive headache, skin flushing, fatigue or insomnia, depending on how your body reacts to it. Shit, my God, have you seen what that shit does to your teeth? Man, it takes the enamel out of them, which causes your teeth to quickly decay. You ever see somebody smile and their teeth look see-through? See, that's what enamel loss looks like. See, pride in oneself is the same way. A man should take pride in what he does and what he accomplishes more than what he is. Now, why do I say this? Because having more pride in what you are more often than not leads to self-aggrandizement. Your behavior changes. You start getting pompous. You start boasting, and you literally become a narcissist, and your competitiveness becomes designed to create an appearance of superiority. And y'all know what I'm talking about. Those certain people. Oh, I have a PhD from Harvard. You silly little Negroes can't begin to relate to my world. You get the fuck out of here. Anyways, man, my bad, y'all. I get caught up with pride a lot. I talk about it in a lot of my videos. But I was trying to clarify about compromise. So let's go back to the football analogy so you can understand this, okay? I want you to think of compromise as an audible. Example, you're the coach, remember? Now your woman is the quarterback, and while in the huddle you call an offensive play for your family, but when at the line of scrimmage, your wife might decide to change the play because of the way she sees how the defense is lined up. Now, will you compromise your pride and score, or will you hold on to your pride and get the quarterback sacked, resulting in the loss of yardage, which triggers the loss of faith, the doubt in your coaching abilities? After that, she stops believing in you. And then the arguments come, and the teammates start protesting, and then somebody's getting fired, aka divorce. See, I know some of you brothers are listening to this and getting shit twisted. So let me be as clear as them teeth in your mouth, okay? What I'm not telling you to do is bow down whenever your woman has a problem with your direction, okay? But see, check this out, man. That woman that you gave the honor of being your wife is a reflection of you, which means she can also be just as prideful as you. So you gotta understand when and why to compromise, just as she, in return, needs to understand when and why to submit to you. So How does one know when and why to compromise? Well, that depends on how strong or weak, healthy or unhealthy communication is between you and your woman. But you see, that's something you should have been worked out way before marriage during the vetting process. Because if you and your woman can't communicate and you marry that woman, you are a dumb you a fool, okay? You just a fool. I mean, what the hell you marry her for, man? What, looks? No. See, I know why you married her. You wanted to see, we got pregnant and no. See, I hate when men say that. Stop running up in these broads raw, man. Alright, look, I hate it too, brother. It feels so good inside that woman. But put on your dick bag, for Christ's sake. See, you going into talking crazy like a lot of these dudes in the manosphere that got babies they didn't want. You running up in these chicks raw, man. All you niggas are doing is adding fuel to the fire. Increasing all them statistics and the precious talking points of out of wedlock birth rates and single mothers raised children. Nah, see, now here your dumb ass go. It's the woman's fault. Women are the gatekeepers to sex. Oh, shut up, man. Yeah, women are the gatekeepers to human existence, all right. But guess what, fool? If you gain entrance, it's your choice to walk through that motherfucker or stay your ass outside. Anyway, earlier I was talking about when and why to compromise. Speaking of why and when, I want to talk to you about why and when to get married. Alright, now you can find dozens of people all over social media telling you why not to be married, but I'm going to tell you the one main reason when and why you should get married. There's one answer to both questions, you guys. Can anybody guess what that is? I'm sure you can. So let me go ahead and say ding, 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 yes. If you can, I'll give you a hint though. They will determine the direction society goes into. Children. Yes, children. If you are planning on having children, you best get married. Now, I know I'm going to have some of these incels going nuts with this one. I'm certain there's some red pill popping celibate junkie out there listening to me right now, screaming at the top of his lungs, talking about how crazy I am. Yeah, I'm crazy and I want all the smoke. As a matter of fact, I'm going to end this stream right now and let you build up all you got to build up. And in part 2 of this, I'm going to bring you the smoke. Okay? I'd like to thank you for listening to my show. This is Ebo Sosa. Please like, share, and subscribe to my channel. You won't regret it. All right? Stay tuned. Peace.